Hey guys, so I had a couple clips where I was pulling in here to explaining what I was doing on this project, but I got my greasy fingers or something over the lens of the camera, and you couldn't hardly see through the video properly. So, anyways, this is an old John Deere 690B excavator the irrigation district has. They're the same people that own the Hyundai that I work on quite a bit, but it has got a really bad coolant leak, and I'm dumping coolant in it right now trying to find out where the leak is. I guess it's pretty bad through the course of the day where they have to dump about 5 gallons in it. They're running it most of the day. They have to dump like 5 gallons in it to keep it going. So anyways, dumping coolant in it. And then I got to find some hydraulic leaks too. They said find the major hydraulic leaks. And they pretty much just leave this thing at the pit because it's old and worn out, and so they just load their trucks with it there and try to keep it stationary as much as they can. So anyways, you'll see later on in the video where I did something really stupid, and that I'm glad I didn't get screwed up worse than what I actually did. So anyways, guys, that's the intro, so stay tuned. Ooh, this stuff's really bright green. Should be able to see that leak out of there real good. It ain't just running out on the ground yet. You see anything over here? Could it be something as dumb as a radiator lower hose or something like that, maybe? Okay, I've got an old style John Deere key here too, so I think if we're on hot wire. Yeah. Starter. The old gal fires right up though, don't she? See, the cord's wet right there. leaking down onto that. Through the tank here. That's supposed to be like that? Boom cylinders are puking oil out of them. And look at this one here. That one, they're just running out of it. Look at the dirt built up on top of the rod seal. There's something up there leaking and running down too. The whole boom's wet all the way down. Gauge that works in it. Water temp, who knows if it works. coolant temp gauge. Probably doesn't work on it. Well, I guess I'll call them. I'm pretty certain it's going to be that radiator leaking. I mean, the bottom tank's all wet on it. You can see it's all wet right up in here on the core. Looks like maybe where the core meets the tank or something that's leaking. Got all the bees and everything all pissed off. Yeah, I got him all pissed off. I don't have any Benadryl with me. I'm highly allergic to bees. I don't really need to get stung. Let's climb in here where I can see this a little better. Kind of weird, that top tank's kind of wet too, where the core meets the top tank. It's not going in the oil pan, is it? Couldn't be something stupid like a hose leaking, huh? I would have thought the way they made it sound is it was just running out of it, but I mean, it ain't running out of it. Makes you wonder if the dirty bastard's getting hot because the heat gauge ain't working and it's just boiling it out of there. That's what makes you gotta wonder. And is that tube going down there and misleading me? You know, the overflow tube, and it's spraying everywhere, making it look like the radiator's leaking when it's getting hot. Because there's obviously a heat gauge that doesn't work in there. Wonder if I should get my laser thermometer and run her for a while, see if she gets hot. See this white shit where water's come right off? That's right up there about where that upper radiator hose is. Turbo drain line's leaking. Oil cooler needs to be popped off, and 2 new O-rings, 4 new O-rings. There's O-rings on each end of those tubes. That one on the right's leaking like a sieve. You're gonna run out of engine oil and blow it up, then you won't have anything to trade in then. See, is this thing, that's what I'm wondering, is this thing, I may not have enough water in some of the bitch to make it leak. I don't know, there's only 2 gallons in there, but let me get my laser thermometer and I'll fire it back up and rev it up, and then we'll check it again. getting some wetness here now on it. Hard to tell exactly. Hang on. Well, I just called them. They said pull that radiator out, but they said find some of these leaks. I got a hose up on top. Trying to figure out what it's actually running. Must be running that cylinder right there. But yeah, it's soaking wet here. Running down the boom. I guess let's cycle it a little bit and then climb back up there and see if we can see where it's at. Then we gotta start pulling this radiator, and we're gonna be pushing our luck to get it done by dark. See if we see anything obvious. Starting clear up here. See the wet spot right there underneath that hose? Okay. Well, that sucker's running out of there, isn't it? I think it's gonna be. It's gotta be this hose right here. Gotta be that hose leaking. This one? No. It's gotta be this one here leaking. Okay. That's probably one of the worst ones right there. Got some more buddies here. Looks like we need to do some, I don't know if it's leaking between the sections there. It looks like it's leaking around here. Yeah. Those are some of the worst ones I see. Alright, well. And this thing here. See where them bolts are up against that tank? They've rubbed a hole in it. Look at that. I don't quite understand this whole... Why? That's a nut on there, huh? They're threaded into that tank, I guess, huh? That's really... That is some weird shit. Right there. Somebody's put like sealant around this one. How does that work? That those are threaded into the tank. I don't even know how that works. I saw it bubbling out of there, and you can see where it's running down. How do you fix that? Do you pull this whole top off this tank? And it's this one here leaking. Not sure if you have to pull that whole thing off of there or how that... There's gotta almost be something inside pulling it up and sealing it, right? It's almost like you need to pull the top off this tank to see what's in there. Well, I guess I'll pull that hose. That's one we know for certain, and there's... I can fix that other one when I come back, but I know that hose up there on top of the boom is really bad. I don't know if they're gonna want to fix this or not. This boom cylinder is leaking. Alright, well, let's start pulling the radiator on it. Okay, I never had one of these apart, so this is a learning experience. Looks like we got to get this framework or something off of here. Let's see. I wonder... I see this bolt here. Got a nut on the bottom side of that or something? Now what? Let's see. I don't think... Hell, maybe they are. I don't know. I need to get a 6-point socket. Break it loose with this big breaker bar here. Let's see here. There we go. It's been a while since this little girl's been apart.
Been in there for a few days. Now, one thing I can think to get these out is reach up and through here with an end wrench. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Had a guy called, well, Kenworth dealer got called by a guy, and he was broke down over at the Tui Lake Fair camp. Well, he broke down on 39, but they towed him to the campground. Anyway, I wonder if I might need a bigger cheater for this one. You know what? Can I get in there? No. Ow, my finger. Bigger cheater. Guy called me and said that this problem had been ongoing for months, you know, and basically it was a charging issue. It was a big, I don't know what, I'm not familiar with the models and makes of motorhomes very much, but it was a big fancy pusher, and it looked like one of them good $500,000, $750,000 million machines. Anyway, he said that he's had numerous mechanics on it, all the way from Arizona to Portland, Oregon. And they've changed all kinds of parts on it, and it still ain't fixed. He said it keeps dying on us, and I have to run my generator to keep it charging. So I drove down there and got to looking at it, and first thing I did, I said, it had an ISL 9 Cummins in it. So I wedged myself up in there, and I checked the voltage with it running there coming off the alternator, and it's 14.2 right there. So I checked the ground going to the alternator and the positive cable. Those seemed like they were all right, good connections, they were tight. I go to the battery and I check it, and I'm only getting like 11.8 to the battery, right to the first cable coming into the first battery. Well, we're losing it between here and there somewhere. So I got underneath the motorhome there and got to where I could trace that positive cable out, and it went around the back of the engine block and went over to the positive post of the solenoid on the starter, and all the battery cables came into that too, and they all tied together there. Well, I grabbed it with my hand and wiggled it up and down, and it's all loose, and the nut's almost ready to fall off. And so I take a 3/4 inch socket and a ratchet on a 3/8 drive ratchet, and I get up in there and I tighten the piss out of it, and I tell them to start it back up and go over there. And now I got 14.2 at the alternator, and I got 13.8 at the batteries. I said, turn all the lights on and everything, and then it just held it at 13.8 the whole time. I said, I think we got it, but I guess I got lucky, I don't know. That many guys looked at it, and it was just a simple thing, just a loose connection, you know, going to the battery cables. So it was. Guy gets lucky every now and then. Don't hurt to be lucky. Doesn't look very light, but let's see. Thank God for gear wrenches, huh? Is that camera even pointed in the right direction or what? There we Still not too easy to deal with. Okay, does that do anything for us? Yeah. Okay, let's get the crane out and get a hold of that. And I think. Is there anything else that's got to come off to get that to slide out? Am I going to have to pull that hood clear out of there, I wonder? No, because it does kind of go underneath that hood, but I don't see nothing hanging us up there. What about this brace? Is this brace going over here to it? Ugh. No, that's bracing itself to the radiator itself. I don't see anything that would... I'm trying to get it out of here without pulling that darn... Pulling that... I don't know, I might have to... Most guys don't even want to work on anything this old anymore. I don't know. It all pays the same. I don't know why... I don't know why you just wouldn't. I don't get it. I just don't understand it. It pays the same as working on something newer. I mean, figure out what we're hitting here. Oh, I see. Got to kind of come up a little bit because I see. There's a bolt in there that holds the counterweight on, and you got to go over that. Down over it. I didn't think it was going to do that to me, guys. Kind of hurt me. I'm bleeding. I didn't think it was going to come out there like that. I did not think it was going to do that. Should have reached out there and grabbed it with a strap and got a hold of it. That's my own fault. My own damn fault. I'm bleeding pretty good, but let's keep going here. Oh! It got me. It got me pretty good. Hang on, guys. Let me get the rag and go get in the mirror and sop up some of this blood coming off my head here. Now it stopped bleeding, so I just cracked my head open. Just go ahead and finish this job and get it out of here and go get... My wife doctored me up tonight. Well, it could have been a lot worse. That's a pretty heavy piece of iron. I did not think it was going to just fall out of there like that. That caught me a little bit by surprise, that one did. But it was stupid. I should have took the time. I had to get the crane out anyway to grab the damn radiator, so why didn't... Just stupid ass. Stupid ass. Stupid, stupid, stupid. But we must carry on. I don't want to take this with it. Let's see, now that radiator, trying to see how this is all... What the hell is this bolt here for? What's it holding in there? I don't understand that. Kind of a goofy setup. But they got 3 mount bolts on it. That didn't feel so good. Boy, look at the size of those pack rat turds. Holy shit, that must be a big old bastard. Alright. Okay, is that gonna fall and hit me in the fucking head? That's loose from there. All right. Okay. Looks like you can pull 1, 2, 3, maybe. Don't know if that's the right way to do that or not. If there's a... Oh, that just broke off. Wonderful. Wonderful. As my grandpa used to tell me, he said, lucky it was your head, it would have hurt. Hard-headed little bastard. Oh, man. They're all breaking off. Every one of them's breaking off. What a deal, huh? We're gonna go 3 for 3. Well, this one might come out. I gotta say, being an older guy, sometimes, as older guys, I think about the safety aspect of things, trust me, I do, but sometimes you get complacent. And like that, you've been around this for so long and you think, oh yeah, that ain't gonna be no problem. Well, and then see what happened there. It bit me pretty good, but gotta get this. Get this shroud loose here. And I should have just got a hold of it with the crane to support it and then pulled it out on the bottom. That's what I should have done. I was trying to move back and get it to where it would go, you know, the open part of it would go around me, but I didn't get that to happen. Shroud loose here. This one's side's a little bit harder to reach. Let's point that up here maybe, huh? I might gather all these bolts up and throw them in the cab just to keep track of stuff. Belts don't look very good on that thing, I'll tell you that much. Holy cow, the belts are rotten and they're gonna break any time. I'm gonna get a couple belts for it, fan belts. Yeah, those need to be changed. That'll definitely cause an engine to fail. They'll be running wide open and the damn belt will break and then the water pump won't. The water pump runs off the fan hub, so you know it's okay. That shroud ought to come loose. So, all right, now let's get a hold of it and get it out of there with the crane. This is all screwed up. I'm gonna have to like cut these out or something here. Beat them out or cut them out and put a bolt and weld them back in there. See, and it was all broke loose here anyway. So, yeah, it's all screwed up. Well, guys, I'm gonna get this loaded up, then I'm gonna climb up there and get that boom hose off, and I'll be back with you on up there getting that hose off. It looks like I might have guessed right with hose wrench size. Okay, Warren, so don't fall off of here and cause yourself more pain and misery. It's so much fun to get on. You have to take this on hose. tension on them. So close to the boom that I can't turn the fitty. Yeah. It's gonna come hard the whole way. It don't like to bend like that anymore. Now that wrench is sticking right up the crack of my asshole. I got an exit sign only there. Homie, don't play that shit. Yeah, definitely this hose is the problem. Put the cap and this other hose back on. Go home, take a shower, and get all the frickin' blood washed out of my hair. Have the wife look at it and see if I need stitches, or I don't think I need stitches. Usually when you need stitches, they won't quit bleeding. It's probably not too bad, actually. Could have been a lot worse. Can go down there too. Get my plugs. Okay, well, that's enough for today. Alright guys, well, I guess we'll head on in. So anyways guys, thanks for watching, appreciate it.